Perfect. Okay. Okay. So this is the first part of worker allocation. So, as you can see, this is the interface. It's a dashboard that the shop floor manager will see and will manage every day. So I'm entering as a shop floor manager, a team leader, okay, a supervisor. I have different sections here. So the first one is employee attendance, then employee allocation, and presence variations, okay, some presence anomalies, okay, and then we have the operator request. Let's start with the employee attendance. This is a picture, or this is a dashboard which tells me who are all the operators that are present physically today in my factory, in my area. And here I have, in this case, we have 3 operators which are absent. Okay. If we click on the operator, we see that okay, he's absent for the whole day. And here we have also, let's say, a view of the future absence. So I can monitor what happened. It could be because that he's absent for illness, for example. So the logic that okay, we have the second session for managing the presence, but in this case, we know exactly if an operator is present or not for each day. And here we also have a particular situation of partial absence. So the operator is absent from 13 to 14 today. Okay. With this information in hand, what I would do is to every day I would do let's say the operator allocation. So this is a page where I manage the allocation of operators. Well, in my case, I have 3 lines. Okay, I'm now concentrating on this first line. Okay, Minerva. Okay, here are all the production schedules. Let's say the production sequences that I need to produce today. So if I click on one of the production sequence, we can see that we do have here all the information about the SKU of the, let's say, of the specific product, which is the balancing that is associated with this specific product. Of course, these are all the information that we get from Tycoon. Okay, so here we have the link between Tycoon and our platform. And then I know exactly which are the workstations. Okay, so if I enter, for example, in this case, I enter into the first workstation, I can manage allocation. In this case, the system will tell me automatically which are the, let's say, idle or the optimum operators that could work on this workstation. Of course, now here, when I click, I saw immediately the result. But there's a logic behind, because the system will check on 3 aspects. The first is, of course, whether this certain operator is present or not in that certain time period. Okay. The second is whether the operator is having the adequate skill to work on that workstation for that specific product. And the third is whether the operator has some physical limitations, okay, that for whatever reason cannot work on this workstation for that product. Remember that I mentioned from Tycoon analysis, we import a lot of the information. It's not only about the time, the standard time, but also the information about ergonomic scores. So in this case, we try to translate the physical limitations into ergonomic scores, so that if an operator is having a particular problem of back, so I will do and check the ergonomic score for that specific session, so that this operator for this specific job will not be present because of physical limitation. Okay, so whatever we see is already the result of all these checks. So I'm sure that today this operator is capable of working on that workstation. So I can just click, and then I can allocate this operator. Now you see that the first workstation is already assigned to that specific operator. Of course, I don't do this kind of manual allocation one by one, because normally for a certain product, for a certain balancing, I would have a kind of default operator that works more or less always in that workstation for that working for that specific balancing. So what I can do is I can click here, apply default allocation. So here for this balancing, I have this default allocation. I can just apply my default allocation. So here I can see for each workstation, which is the default operator. Of course, this default was based on previous check, the first initial allocation that I have checked already, who is eligible to work on that workstation. I can just confirm. Okay. Once I confirm the allocation, you can see this line. For this production batch, it used to be yellow like the second one. Now it become green, which means now I'm okay. So every workstation is covered by the correct operator. And then I do the same thing for a second. Voila. Okay, so for all the production sequence of the day, everything is green. So also here, we don't have any more. The warning sign telling me that pay attention, there is something wrong. Someone, for whatever reason, probably cannot work on that workstation. In this case, I know that everyone has come, everyone has correct, let's say, capability, skills to work on that workstation. So I'm fine. I can go on with the production. Okay. Then, just a sec. I will go to, this is for the first one for worker allocation. And then let me show you the second part for worker attendance planning. So what happens is that, okay, now today I'm okay, everything is good. Sorry for jumping between two different, okay. Okay, today I'm good with my production. And at a certain time, one operator come to me and ask me for permission, because tomorrow I will do, I don't know, a blood donation. Okay. So unfortunately, from 3 o'clock, from, I don't know, 13 o'clock to 15 o'clock, I wouldn't be there. In that case, I can enter here. Here is a session where I can manage all my presence variations. So the operator came to me and tell me, okay, unfortunately, tomorrow I won't be there. So, okay, I will enter here. I choose the correct date. It's today or tomorrow. Okay. And then I say, okay, I know the situation. I know the production scheduling. Okay. I can just add. I can create a new variation. I don't know. Let's take one operator. No. Let's go this way. Okay. Let's go probably for tomorrow. So looks more realistic. Okay. So tomorrow, one operator, I don't know, let's take him, ask me that I need to be partially absent. Okay. So here I have the possibility to choose between full absent, pre-authorization of extra hour, because I know that I have some production problem or some extra training, whatever. So I can predefine a say extra time, or a partial transfer to another line, okay, to another cost center. I can, in my case, example that I made up, partially absent. Okay, so I choose that he's partially absent, and then of course here I have different reasons for why I would be partially absent. This is just one example from one company that we have implemented it. And let's choose blood donation, for example. So here I have the information about his scheduled work shift. So from 8 to 17, I can insert here that, okay, from 13:00 up to 14. Okay, I insert this new variation, system will save it. Okay, I saw it here. And then I come to here, I saw that there is one error, okay? Because here I saw that if I go and click, I saw that first workstation is not anymore green because this operator had some issues so that for that day, for that specific time, he won't be present. So what I do is I can click and the system will automatically propose me a potential substitution. Okay, so I click on it. So I substitute it with let's say eligible operator, and then I'm back to normal again. Of course, here we have also the possibility to connect to for example, in Italy, we have the national, say, safety working institution that whenever I have a sickness, I go to the doctor and the doctor will somehow send a automatic information. So the company can receive this information. And then, of course, in the presence management part, I will receive a notice telling me that for that day, certain operator wouldn't be present. Okay, and then I have the part for this one. Probably it will be faster. So I have the presence tracking and notification. So at the end of each shift, let's take it, for example, yesterday. Okay. I have some anomalies. I saw that, for example, one operator is having unplanned early exit. So he exited the factory earlier than he's supposed to. And here we have some entry delay. So instead of entering at 8 o'clock, she entered at 8:07. Okay, here I have the possibility to confirm that it is correct, okay, or to reject. For example, I have here also unauthorized overtime. So this operator is having 31 minutes of overtime, which was not planned by the system, but it could happen that I, as team leader at the last minute, decide for a production problem. I ask him to do an extra hour. Okay, so I can immediately after every shift receive all these anomalies and try to justify them. Okay, and this information will also be sent to the HR so that they will have updated, correct presence situation. Yeah. And the last one is a dashboard for the KPI. Okay, for the dashboard of KPI, we have here, we can choose the plant. Okay, let's choose, for example, yesterday. Okay, I choose my plant, my line. So here I can see all the indicators, what happens for yesterday. So I have a labor performance of 99%, first pass yield of 87% whatsoever. And then I can do also a comparison. So let's say if we take first pass yield, I want to compare what happens in my line with respect to the other line. Okay, here I see a trend of the let's say in this case, the first pass yield between the two lines. And then of course I can also cross check, okay, for one specific line, the two indicators they are correlated or whatever. So I have the full control of what happened in my factory. Okay. Okay. Now I finished my demo. Thank you very much.